What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Another day and some more sales on eBay. A little different view today. My ugly mug's not in the shot, so there you go. I wanted to point something out because I'm kind of embarrassed for not seeing this because I complained about this graph. I still don't like it. I think the bar graph is better, but if you look at it, you see impressions, listing views, and what did I complain about? Quantity sold. It's actually in there. I don't know why I never noticed these. Maybe they weren't there before. I didn't check an earlier video. So you can kind of notice, like this is when we did our vacation, or my vacation. And then we came back. Then we had Thanksgiving and Black Friday and all that. So sales are kind of going up a little bit there. Only sold one today, but hey, it's an overall average, right? And of course our impressions and stuff, this is going to be down a little bit because of the vacation that I took in here. So that is something to note for this little graph. And then over here kind of shows you your promoted. Of course, it's always going to be more than your organic. It's about 3 times more. So that just kind of, that is what it is. That's kind of how things are going right now. I think look at your listing views. I'm sure most of you probably noticed this. I did not. What's interesting is if you go back to this one, see your impressions are 3 times as much on the just impression, but the actual listing view organic is more. Because our listings are just being shown on promoted, but they're actually, obviously more people are going to show up organic. How am I trying to word this? So when someone searches for something, if my promoted, like if they're searching for a Nike t-shirt and my, I don't know, Vineyard Vines t-shirt shows up, probably not going to click on it because they're not looking for a Nike t-shirt. But if they are or Vineyard Vines, but if they are looking for a Vineyard Vines t-shirt, they're going to get the impression and then they're going to click on it, and that's going to be the listing view, of course. So it is kind of interesting. Both are down 10.1%. But hey, it's the way it goes. And then if you look at your solds, but we do still sell more promoted. So kind of interesting to see that even though you're getting, it's taking less page views to sell an item under promoted, but it's taking 3 times as many impressions to get those page views. So your actual click-through rate on a promoted listing is higher, for me anyways, than my organic, if that makes sense. Because if you look at your listing views, it takes less listing views. Well, we can do the actual math. If you go calculator, right? And you say it takes 2,100 promoted listing views to get 36. So 58.3 versus 2978 divided by, was it 29? Yeah, 29. Almost twice as many. Right, so it takes almost twice as many listing views to sell something organically than it does promoted. Kind of crazy when you look at it that way. Because you would think since they're looking for it, they're going to actually buy it organically more times than promoted. Now, what this doesn't say is you also are going to get promoted. Like even if someone does search Nike t-shirt, your Nike t-shirt could come up promoted. So it's almost like, even though it is promoted, it's still kind of, that's actually what they were searching for, not just my random brand showing up when they weren't searching for it. So that does help your promoted listing conversion rate. So just kind of another way to look at things. And then if we look over here, This is just for this month, the 1st through the 5th. Today, like I said, we only sold one. But you can see not quite 3 times the amount of promoted listings. Our organic is actually up. And if you go to listing views, organic is higher again than promoted. But sold again is on promoted, only by 1. But so that's just kind of how it is. I'm really anxious to up my listing goal, but it takes the money. It's a slow growth thing, and it's frustrating at times, but patience is key. Not always easy for me to be patient, but got to do it. So overall, I mean, they're looking up. We can see everything's increased. Yes, I know it's Q4 and the holidays and Black Friday and all that stuff, so that does help, but I also know that we're listing better items, so that's why we're seeing more success here. Kind of since, well, that would be Thanksgiving, right? It was the 28th right here. Actually sold 3 on Thanksgiving, but none on Black Friday. Probably because everyone was out shopping. It was busy out there, so not many people online hanging out. But just kind of a different view. I wanted to show you guys that I did correct the errors of my ways. I missed that. Again, I don't know if it was always on there. Probably was, and I just do not like this graph versus the bar graph. I think the bar graph is much better, but yeah. So we'll just continue putting good items in there. Continue working on, getting things getting things sold, and working on, upping our listing goal to get it up to 7, 8, and then 10, and grow this thing like I did last time. Boy, I really thought we were so close there before, but hey, that's just how it goes. Sometimes it doesn't work out. I think I've been doing this 4 years now. The first store started 4 years ago this month. And, it's still chugging along. It doesn't do that well now because we don't have the greatest items, and we had that problem with eBay just taking away our sales and our impressions. And I never did find out why, which I'm sure you've all heard me complain about that before, and I did a video on it. But we're coming back with this second store. Like I said, we're over 1,000 listings now. It is going to take a while to build up, but as you get a bigger store, and as you get, more sales, and you can sell and you can list more per day, then things start to improve, and then you get to a point to where you're making way more money than you need, and that's really when you can start to grow by listing 5 more a day instead of 1 or 2 more a day, or maybe just certain days of the week listing 1 or 2 more, which is a great way to grow too. If you're worried about growing too fast, one of the things that I'll do sometimes is before the weekend on like a Thursday or a Friday, I'll list an extra item or 2 just for that day, because it helps to keep the cost down. It's not that much more work, and you're still getting more activity in your store, which you'll get a benefit from. Now, of course, it won't be as much as if you actually listed 1 or 2 more a day every day, but it's still a way to get you a boost. Say you have some extra inventory, or you're in between. I don't have quite enough money to go, 1 more per day, but I can't afford to every now and then list 1 more. So maybe it's every 2 weeks you list an extra item, or once a week you list an extra item compared to what you're normally listing, and just kind of grow the store that way until you can do it every day. So just different ways to grow your business. It's better to grow too slow than too fast. Growing too fast, get you into storage issues, start making mistakes, run out of time, and can't do, say it's 15 a day. you can't do 15 a day. Maybe you work a full-time job or whatever the case. And, you know, you got to add in the extra time not only to find the item, prep the item, photograph the item, list the item, put the item away, get it back out, and then ship it, customer service. A lot of extra things that go along with one more item per day. So, you know, it doesn't sound like a lot listing one more per day, but that's 30 extra a month. So that definitely adds in more time and more expense too. So if you're trying to grow like me and you got a smaller store, you just, like I say, it's better to go too slow than too fast. So that's how I look at it anyways. And I'll just keep at it, keep you guys updated. And I got to get back in the routine of doing these videos more often. It's just leading up to Black Friday was super crazy at work. And it's still crazy at work because obviously we sell things online and I'm in charge of that department as well as the other stuff. So online sales right now are just until Christmas. Well, really until the cutoff for shipping, like the 20th or 21st, whatever it is. You know, that date that people can still get the item by Christmas. Once that date hits, then it just falls off a cliff. But right now we're processing hundreds of orders, and it takes a lot of time, so I got to make sure that continues to run smoothly for these next couple weeks. We're 20 days from Christmas, so I would say at least for the next 2 weeks it's going to be crazy for me at work. So to say I was tired by the time I got off work every day is an understatement. So it wasn't always easy to find the time and motivation to do the videos, but I did a lot of things as far as kind of getting reorganized with my eBay stuff. I was off yesterday. I'm off today. And so did a lot of listing in the last couple days. Got a nice little drop bank set up. Got more items ready to list or photograph. So I can hop on that tomorrow before work and then just keep that nice drop bank. Try to do these videos, I don't know, maybe 3 times a week. Maybe more if I have the time. And then, you know, just continuing. I do have more items being sent to me. That website that I mentioned, or my Facebook group that I mentioned in the last video, it's just a great place to get stuff. I mean, that's how I've really improved my brands, and that'll help. Maybe not right away, but later on, that'll really help to grow this business and keep things going. So that's just what I'm working on. And again, you have to tell yourself that, or you have to be okay with sacrificing now for the results later. That's really, in a nutshell, what eBay is all about. You got to put in that hard work now so that down the road, you know, you can quit that full-time job, or you can be making a 6-figure income off eBay, because it's not really that hard. As I've shown before, sorry, I thought I just stopped my recording. $100,000. Say you want to make that a year. And let's just say we'll just say after cost of goods, you're making $13 an item. That looks like not a lot of items until you divide by 365. So if you sell about 22 items a day, you can make 6 figures a year. Yes, I know you have other expenses, but your other expenses aren't going to be that high. Shipping and all that stuff. It's not going to be that high. So if you aim for 25, that would give you an extra, let's just say 3.5 a day times $13 profit. So $45 a day gives you an extra $16,000 to cover your other expenses, whatever they may be. That should be enough, I would think, for things like shipping supplies and pens and paper and, you know, just all the little things we use. So yeah, really not that hard. 22, 25, we'll say. So let's look at that. Even if you did 25 a day and it took you, Let's look at listing, prepping, finding the item, and shipping. So if you gave yourself 10 minutes, it's 250 minutes a day. So we'll make it an even 300 minutes a day divided by 60. It's 5 hours a day. Times 7 is 35 hours. So you can work 35 hours a week to make 6 figures. That's not bad. You could bump it up to 40 hours a week if you're slower than that, or if you wanted to spend some time learning or researching or finding new sources and all that different stuff. So it's not extremely hard. You just have to be disciplined. That's the hardest part, and find that energy, especially if you're working a full-time job, to continue doing this. So hope that helps someone out there. If you want to check out the Facebook group, the link is down below. Just copy the link on Patreon, and that'll get you to the Facebook group once you sign up. All right, that's going to do it for today. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.